Reproduction in Animals, Chapter 9. The production of new organisms from the existing organisms of the same species is known as reproduction. In most simple words, we can say that reproduction is the creation of new living things from the existing living things. Reproduction is essential for the survival of species on this earth. So, living organisms produce more organisms of their kind to maintain the life of their species on this earth. The process of reproduction ensures continuity of life on Earth. Reproduction by human beings ensure that human species will continue to exist on this earth for all the time to come. Similarly, cats produce by giving birth to kittens so that their species may live forever. And dogs reproduce by giving birth to puppies so that their species may continue to live on this earth. Reproduction gives rise to more organisms with the same basic characteristics as their parents. In this chapter, we shall learn about how reproduction takes place in animals. So, the very first thing, there are two types of reproduction. Living organisms reproduce by two methods, that is, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction in animals. The process which takes place without the involvement of gametes or sex cells involves only one parent is called asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, a part of parent organisms separates off and grows into a new organism. The main methods of asexual reproduction are fission and budding. Amoeba reproduces by fission and Hydra reproduces by budding. Second method is sexual reproduction in animals. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. The parents have sex organs. The sex organs make sex cells. These sex cells are called gametes. The male parent produces male gametes called sperm. The sperms are made in sex organs called testes. The female parent produces female gametes called eggs. The eggs are made in sex organs called ovaries. During sexual reproduction, the sperm are fused together with the cells and produces a single cell called zygote. The process of fusion of gametes is called fertilization. The fertilized egg, that is zygote, divides many times to form a ball of cells and it will grow into an embryo. It changes over a period of time to form the new organism. As you can see, the fertilization of an egg which is shown here. All the multicellular organisms or the animals including humans start their life from a single cell called zygote. Animals such as frogs, fish, birds, reptiles, cats, dogs and humans all reproduce by a method of sexual reproduction. So very first we will talk about fertilization. Actually the fertilization is divided into the two categories, that is external fertilization and internal fertilization. So there are two different methods by which fertilization may take place, and the first we are going to talk about, that is external fertilization. In this, the fusion of the gametes take place outside the body of the organism, and in internal fertilization it takes place inside the body of an organism. So the very first, external fertilization. The fertilization that occurs outside the female body of an animal is referred to as external fertilization. The organisms lay or discharge their gametes outside the body where fertilization takes place. This process is generally observed in animals that live in or near the water bodies. Sea animals such as starfish and jellyfish gather in large groups in water. They lay their eggs and sperms together on the surface of the water. They lay their eggs and sperms together on the surface of the water. The sperms fuse with the eggs on the water to form zygotes. The zygotes develop into new individuals in the water. In frogs, female frogs lays hundreds of eggs in water. The eggs pass out of the female's body and float on the surface of water. The male releases millions of sperms directly on the cluster of floating eggs and fertilization takes place. So external fertilization is that takes place outside the female body. Then internal fertilization. In this process, the eggs remain inside the female's body and sperm are placed inside her body by the male. Internal fertilization occurs in insects, reptiles, birds, and mammals, including humans. In insects, reptiles, and mammals, the males are equipped with a tube which delivers the sperm into the female's body. Next, we will talk about oviparous and viviparous animals. After the process of fertilization is completed, the zygote gradually develops into a new mature organism. This process of development is different in different organisms. Many organisms lay fertilized eggs in the external environment, where they develop into young ones. The young ones hatch out from the eggs and gradually develop into mature organisms. These are called oviparous animals, and they are of two types. A few animals take care of their eggs till the young ones hatch out of them. For example, hen. And second one, many animals leave their eggs unattended after they are laid. The eggs hatch into young ones without any parental care. Insects and sponges exhibit this type of development. In other animals, the fertilized egg develops into a young baby in the mother's womb. A mother gives birth to young babies which grow into mature individuals. These organisms are called viviparous animals. For example, cow, dog, cat, lion, elephant, horse, humans, etc. Next is what? Reproduction in human. In human beings, sexual reproduction takes place. Human beings are unisexual organisms. They have male and female sex organs separately. Each has a different set of reproductive system. Let us study about these systems. The male reproductive system. The male reproductive organs are called testes, singular testes. They start producing sperm at puberty. Puberty is the stage at which a person attains sexual maturity or becomes capable of reproduction. The testes lie in a sac called the scrotal sac, which is located outside the abdominal cavity. They produce sperms in large numbers. The sperm collect and mature in a tube called the epididymis. From here, they travel through a muscular tube called the vas deferens into the urethra, which carries the sperms to penis. As the sperms travel through the vas deferens, secretions from various glands pour in it. The mixture of secretions and the sperm is called semen. The semen containing sperms is transferred into the vagina or the opening of the female reproductive system by the penis. Sperms have a head and a long tail. The tail helps them swim towards the ovum. Next is the female reproductive system. The ovaries are the female reproductive organs line the lower part of the abdominal cavity. They start producing ova or eggs when a girl reaches puberty. Usually either of the ovaries produce one ovum every month. Over each ovary is a muscular tube which ends in a funnel with finger-like projections called villi. This tube carries the ovum from the ovary to the uterus or womb and is called the fallopian tube. The uterus is a muscular organ. Its lower portion, called the cervix, is connected to the vagina, which opens to the outside. The fertilization of the egg by sperm takes place in the oviduct. Fertilization in human being. The sperms made in the testes of man are introduced by penis into the woman's body through vagina. The sperms enter into vagina, pass through the uterus and then go into the oviducts. If at the same time the ovary of woman releases an egg or ovum, then this egg also goes into the oviduct. One of the sperms enters the egg. The fusion of sperm with egg is called the fertilization and the zygote gets formed. This results in the formation of a fertilized egg called zygote. The zygote of fertilized egg is the beginning of the formation of a new baby or a new individual. Each parent contributes equally to the formation of a zygote. Thus, the zygote has the materials of both the female and the male gametes. If the fertilization does not take place, the unfertilized ovum is expelled from the uterus through the vaginal opening along with some muscles and blood, and this is called menstruation. Fact file: in a female child, there are 8 lakh immature ovarian follicles in her ovaries at birth. Out of these, only about 450 follicles mature and discharge as ova after attaining puberty. The remaining follicles degenerate. Next, we are going to talk about the development of the embryo. After the formation of zygote, there is a development of embryo when zygote gets divided a number of times, many times. The zygote of fertilized egg divides repeatedly to make a ball of hundreds of cells. This is called an embryo. The embryo moves down the oviduct into the uterus. When the embryo settles down in the uterus, the woman is said to have become pregnant or said to have conceived. The embryo starts growing into a baby. The embryo gets food and oxygen from the blood vessels in the lining of the uterus. The cells of the embryo begin to form specialized groups that develop into different tissues and organs of the baby. The embryo continues to grow and develop into the uterus to form a baby. The embryo gradually develops body parts such as hands, legs, head, eyes, and ears, etc. An unborn baby in the uterus at the stage when all the body parts can be identified is called a fetus. A human embryo becomes a fetus after about 8 weeks of pregnancy. When the development of the fetus into a baby is complete, the mother gives birth to a baby. The fully formed baby comes out of the mother's body through vagina. So what are test tube babies? Some fact file is mentioned here, so we will go through that also. Test tube babies, as the name otherwise suggests, do not grow in the test tubes. Then why do we use such a term? Couples who are not able to have babies because the sperms cannot reach the ovum, unfertilized egg, due to some medical reasons, undergo a fertilization procedure called the IVF, or in vitro fertilization. The Latin phrase in vitro fertilization or the vitro means within the glass. The egg cells from the female are surgically removed from the ovaries with a laparoscope. The eggs and the sperm are then placed together in a glass dish containing a special solution. Hence the term in a vitro fertilization or test tube baby. If one or more eggs are fertilized in the glass dish, the zygotes are allowed to develop for about a week. The embryo is then transplanted into the uterus of the woman, where further development takes place and the baby is born. So in this video we came to know about the reproduction processes in human being and the female and male reproductive system, and how do the other animals reproduce, like viviparous or oviparous. And in the next video we are going to talk about the process of metamorphosis, which is shown in frog. And then we will talk about fission in amoeba and budding in hydra. And I think so we have already talked about the binary fission in amoeba, but once again in our next class we will go through it, and budding, the process by which hydra reproduces. That is what? Budding. So the remaining topic, metamorphosis, binary fission, budding and cloning, we will complete in our next class. Thank you.